so Jerusalem's gate. I tell you, Iran continues its involvement in other countries. The news is out that Iran is building a new base in Syria. Now we know Iran is in a proxy war with Saudi Arabia and Yemen. Terrible war there, terrible war. And you know that Iran has a physical presence in Syria, has a direct involvement of what's going on in Syria. Some people may ask, why do you talk so much about Iran? Why do you continuously warn us about Iran? Well, it's coming from a biblical foundation. If I can bring you, and we've been here many times before, if I can bring you to Ezekiel 38, hopefully you can see the screen. It talks about the Gog, G-O-G, and Magog war at the latter days, which most of us Christians can agree that we're living in the latter days, that Iran would be one of the countries that come against Israel. Let's go to verse 4. Verse 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses, horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Okay, look, it lists the nations that should come against Israel. The first nation that God lists is Persia. Now, us that know, if you know your history, you know that Persia is the ancient name for who? Iran. Of course, Iran. Now, we're seeing Iran with their secret, what I personally believe, nuclear program. Israel proved that they were working on a nuclear program a while back ago in a covert operation. They got the documentation that proved it, and I tell you, Iran's getting pretty strong, ladies and gentlemen. They've perfected their ballistic capabilities and always improving that. They're mass-producing precision-guided weapons, which is extremely dangerous for Israel. It can pinpoint and attack anywhere in Israel. You know, the East, the reason the East is so important is that whoever controls the flow of oil in the East controls the world. If you want to wreck the world economy, you stop the exporting of oil from the East to the world. So that's why it's so very important to be a major force in the controlling of the oil supply that's coming out of the East. But got a new video for you. It's only a minute or two long. It's coming up right now. It's from Israel Daily, a very good and reliable source. On a personal note, thank you, new subscribers. We've had some new subscribers. As you know, Jerusalem Gate is a non-profit Christian news and sermon channel. We make not a penny. I am a poor man with a cheap camera, but God, God always combats that and says that Moses was just one man with a broken stick. I'm not comparing myself to Moses, of course, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. But here comes the video, if you would kindly hit the like and notification bell and subscribe, not to make money, because we do not make any money off our channel, not a penny. But from the best of my understanding about YouTube, it increases our chances of our video being seen. And the more people that know the biblical foundation of current news, world news, we want as much as people to hear about it as possible. But here comes the video. It's only a minute or two long. Please watch it. We love you. Here comes the video.
In related news, Hezbollah isn't the only group building precision rockets. Under the guise of a civilian program to launch satellites into orbit, the Iran Space Agency is also now attempting to hone its rocket technology. And in a rare admission, Tehran is even acknowledging that a rocket at its Imam Khomeini Space Center exploded during a test in late August. But critics like the United States and Israel are convinced that the project is a cover for developing ballistic missiles, leading to yet another round of sanctions from Washington. And the sanctions imposed against the Iran Space Agency for the first time ever come after President Trump absolved the United States of any connection to the Iranian explosion. Meanwhile, according to Fox News Report and Israel's IAI or ImageSat International, Iran is also now constructing a military facility in Syria near the Iraq border. This marks the first time that Iran started building a base like this in Syria, and just 200 miles away from a U.S. Army installation in Iraq. Also, satellite photos of the new Imam Ali Army base show what looks to be like 5 buildings capable of housing thousands of precision missiles, in addition to soldiers' quarters that can host thousands of Iranian combatants. And the IRGC's Quds Force is overseeing the construction, with the IAI estimating that the base will be operational within just a few months, while Israel, as per policy, is likely already planning some sort of response.